The wait is finally over as Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs prepare to storm the NBA playoffs for the first time in 7 years. After a historic 62-win season that mirrors their championship era, this young powerhouse is ready to prove that they are more than just a regular season sensation. With Wemby leading the charge as a bona fide MVP candidate, Spurs Nation is buzzing with excitement as their generational star takes the national stage by storm.
Never run out of battery again with the INIU portable charger, the slimmest 10,000 milliamp hour power bank that keeps your devices charged on the go. Stay powered up wherever you go. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Speaking of our superstar, Victor Wembanyama is officially entering his first postseason run with a mindset that is as sharp as his legendary defensive prowess. Despite the doubters questioning his lack of playoff history, Wembanyama has already faced the world's best on the Olympic stage and is arguably the most prepared sophomore in league history. He is ready to dominate both sides of the ball as he looks to turn his championship dreams into reality. Meanwhile, the San Antonio Spurs just caught a massive break off the court, thanks to a crucial coin flip that impacted their rivals, the Oklahoma City Thunder. By securing a draft outcome that keeps the Utah Jazz pick out of Oklahoma City's hands, the Thunder have officially lost out on a high-value lottery selection. This development is a huge strategic win for the Spurs as they look to keep their competitive edge sharp against their toughest conference rivals. Finally, the status of Victor Wembanyama remains the biggest headline in the league following his recent concussion diagnosis. While there is cautious optimism surrounding his ability to rejoin the San Antonio Spurs for Game 3 against the Portland Trail Blazers, the medical reality dictates that the team must prioritize his long-term health. We are tracking this story hour by hour as he navigates the concussion protocol, so be sure to hit that like button and subscribe with notifications turned on to stay updated on the latest news and analysis. Everyone keeps saying the San Antonio Spurs have a secret weakness, a total lack of playoff experience. We've all heard it. The narrative that you have to lose before you can win, that young teams just don't hoist the Larry O'Brien trophy. But after watching Victor Wembanyama dismantle the greatest collection of talent ever assembled during the Paris Olympics, I'm calling bluff on that entire idea. Think about it. While the rest of the world fretted over Wemby's inexperience, he was busy putting up 26 points against a Team USA roster stacked with MVPs and Hall of Famers. He didn't just hang in there. He forced them to abandon their game plan. He stood at the center of the world stage, traded blows with LeBron, Curry, and Durant, and nearly snatched a gold medal out of their hands. That wasn't just a game. That was a masterclass in performing under the brightest lights imaginable. If that's not big game experience, then the definition of the term needs an immediate update. Now, as the Spurs head into their first playoff run in 7 years, they aren't walking in blind. They've built a rotation with veteran champions like Harrison Barnes and Luke Cornett, guys who know exactly how to navigate the grind. Plus, they've got the ultimate cheat code in Wembanyama, a player who has been architecting his own greatness since he was a preteen, training his mind and body for this exact moment with a focus that makes veteran pros look like amateurs. So, as we stare down the barrel of this postseason, maybe we should stop worrying about what they haven't done and start looking at what they're actually capable of. History says a young team can't win it all. Tell that to Wemby. He's already said it best. Screw it. They're playing to win, not to gain experience. Is the basketball world ready for a 22-year-old to rewrite the laws of the game? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into the changing face of the NBA. What happens when you combine the physical profile of an alien, the IQ of a veteran, and the work ethic of a lifelong student? You get Victor Wembanyama, and for the first time in his young NBA career, the stage is finally set for his ultimate test, the playoffs. Since stepping into San Antonio, the hype machine hasn't just been running, it's been in overdrive. And yet somehow, Wemby hasn't just met expectations, he's shattered them. We're talking about a guy who is practically a lock for Defensive Player of the Year, an All-NBA lock, and a legitimate MVP candidate. But while the individual accolades are piling up, Victor is playing for something bigger. He came here to revitalize a sleeping giant, and after a 62-win season, the best for the Spurs in over a decade, it's safe to say the rebuild is officially over. Coach Mitch Johnson is leading this new-look squad, featuring talents like Stefan Castle and De'Aaron Fox, but let's be honest, all eyes are on the 7'4" unicorn. And what makes him truly different isn't just the wingspan, it's the brain. How many 21-year-olds do you know spending their off-season at a Buddhist temple or debating complex league rules with the media? He's not just a basketball player, he's an anomaly. The numbers are equally ridiculous. We are talking about a stat line that no human in NBA history has ever touched. 600 points, over 700 rebounds, and nearly 200 blocks. Even if you strip away the defensive dominance, his offensive production puts him in the same breath as legends like Dirk Nowitzki and Nikola Jokic. As former Spur and current Portland coach Tiago Splitter put it, this isn't a secret anymore. The league knows exactly what he is. Now, the Spurs face the Trail Blazers in the first round, and history is on their side. In this franchise's storied past, a regular season performance this dominant almost always leads to a deep run. The pressure is massive, but Wemby seems to have the right mindset, balancing the dream of an NBA title with the humble grind of daily practice. So, can the young phenom carry this momentum into the postseason pressure cooker? Hit that subscribe button and let me know your predictions in the comments below. Does Wemby lead San Antonio all the way, or will the playoff intensity prove too much for the new guard? Sometimes, the most terrifying thing about greatness is that it's just getting started. Ever wonder how a simple coin toss could shift the balance of power in the NBA? Well, the San Antonio Spurs just got a major assist from pure, dumb luck, and it might be the biggest win they've had all season without even stepping onto the court. The NBA draft tiebreakers are in, and while the Spurs missed out on the 19th pick to the Atlanta Hawks, they dodged a massive bullet regarding their biggest rivals, the Oklahoma City Thunder. See, the Thunder were eyeing a potential top 8 pick from the Utah Jazz, a move that would have handed them a blue-chip prospect to pair with their already loaded roster. But a coin flip went Utah's way, locking that pick into the top 8 and keeping it far out of reach for OKC. That's not just a small detail. That's the Thunder losing out on a top 10 talent in this year's draft. It is an absolute sigh of relief for anyone wearing silver and black. But the bad news for OKC doesn't stop there. Thanks to the Clippers clawing their way into a better record, the pick the Thunder were hoping would be top 5 is now sitting at 12th. When you combine that with their 17th pick and a roster already bursting at the seams with 12 players under contract, Oklahoma City is facing a serious identity crisis. They are stuck in that awkward phase of having too many mouths to feed and not enough minutes to go around. We're talking about potentially forcing their hand on guys like Lou Dort or Isaiah Hartenstein. If the Thunder feel pressured to slash payroll or overhaul their rotation, it could disrupt their chemistry just as they're trying to build a dynasty. The Spurs are in a unique position here to turn up the heat. Every playoff victory San Antonio notches, every bit of pressure they put on the Thunder, makes those internal roster decisions in OKC just a little more stressful. For San Antonio, watching their rivals strike out on a high lottery pick is the perfect start to a summer of chaos for their competition. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments. Do you think the Thunder are still the biggest threat in the West, or has their draft luck finally run dry? Thanks for watching, and keep it locked here for more NBA analysis. Is the future of the San Antonio Spurs hanging by a thread? We have just received a crucial update on Victor Wembanyama's concussion status, and while it isn't a green light, it is definitely a flicker of hope. With Game 3 against Portland looming this Friday, fans everywhere are holding their breath. Reports from ESPN's Shams Charania confirm that Wemby was back at the facility on Wednesday for some light cardio work. The best news: his symptoms didn't worsen. That might sound minor to some, but in the world of head injuries, stability is everything. He is currently aiming to travel with the team to Portland on Thursday, which is a massive signal of progress. But don't break out the champagne just yet. The NBA's concussion protocol is notoriously strict, requiring a 48-hour window of stability before a player can even think about returning to the court. Even then, he needs to pass daily neurological exams. The Spurs are historically one of the most cautious organizations in professional sports, and with a generational talent like Wembanyama, you can bet they won't be rushing him back onto the hardwood for the sake of one game. The reality here is sobering. Experts, including Dr. Ali Saifi, have pointed out that the rotational force from his fall could have caused deeper, less obvious damage than a standard impact. While we are all eager to see him dominate the paint again, we have to remember that concussions are never a straight line to recovery. A standard 5 to 7 day recovery period is the norm, making a Friday return look like a long shot. The series is currently tied at 1-1 after a tough loss, and while the Spurs proved they can win without him, holding a 12-6 record during the regular season when he was sidelined, this is the playoffs. The stakes are simply different. What do you think? Should the Spurs play it safe and sit him out for the sake of his long-term health? Or is this a must-win scenario where they need to take the risk? Drop a comment below with your take, and make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any updates on this developing situation. At the end of the day, no game is worth a player's future. Let's hope Wemby is back to 100% whenever that day comes.